Tom MacDonald is a doof, and I'm here to tell you guys why. It's your big boy, JaymezGee, and we're gonna get straight into this video.
Hi! I'm praying that the world changes soon. Can get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools.
Now, Uzis in schools is a bad thing, Tom, but smoking on a plane, not great either. I don't think that's the fight we need to be fighting here.
Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me tooed. What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school?
Isn't it terrible, guys? People who unwarrantedly grab women's body parts without them asking, they're getting in trouble. Isn't that just fucking terrible, guys? Isn't that a disgrace?
We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended?
And watching South Park doesn't mean if someone's being a racist cunt, you just be like, oh well, I watch South Park, so I don't care. It's not how it works, mate. Because South Park is a work of comedy fiction, and real life's real life. You know, they're not the same fucking thing.
Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim.
So if the system is racist and sexist, and we complain about racism and sexism, then apparently that's not flipping a bird to the system. See, the system is where racism stems from, and where sexism stems from, and all these divisive elements stem from. Do you know why? Because the people at the top want to keep the people at the bottom divided. So getting mad at people getting offended by racism and sexism, which are systemic issues, which doesn't mean you're flipping a bird to the system. They're the ones flipping a bird to the system, and you're flipping a bird at them, Tom McDougal.
And everybody angry if you say white. Okay, fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right.
Yes, Tom, that will make it all better. First off, people don't hate white people just for being white. But if you start painting your face, then I can understand if someone hates you, mate.
Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth?
So sorry, Tom, are you being anti-abortion here? He just seems to be very, what's the word? Pandering. He's pandering to a very specific demographic, and that demographic is conservatives and edgelords. Now, it's a strange thing because really, conservatives and edgelords used to be opposite ends of the spectrum. But what they've kind of done, right-wing individuals, they've kind of rebranded. There was this whole thing a couple years ago which I found hilarious. Conservatism is the new punk rock. It's not. It's really not. There's nothing punk rock about bootlicking the system. It's the exact opposite of punk rock. But for some reason the edgelords seem to buy all this. Because conservatives like to play on this idea, oh look at us, we don't care about triggering people. And that's somehow edgy, you know, oh we're racist, oh we're sexist, and we don't care. And the edgelords are like, hey, this is pretty fucking cool. And then somehow this weird bond between edgelords, who are supposed to be on the edge of society type thing, because they say the crazy shit that society doesn't approve of, have now formed this weird alliance with the right-wing agenda, because the media has marketed the right wing as oppressed and anti-establishment, which is the exact opposite of what it actually is.
People so stupid, people so dumb, people so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah.
Vocally, it's very similar to an Eminem chorus where he sings, but the lyrics, I won't lie, the melody is quite catchy to this chorus, like I'll give him credit there, but saying boo wah 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 in a song is just funny to me.
I'm a hater because I can't relate to gay pride. Call me homophobic because I don't want to date guys. K-type.
No one's doing that. No one's saying, hey, if you don't fuck that guy over there in the arsehole, you're definitely homophobic. No one has ever done that. Well, I'm sure someone somewhere has done that because people do weird shit. But society in general is not forcing straight people to be gay, and then if they're not gay, telling them that they're homophobic. You're just making things up. And all the little edgelords like, this is true, this is true. Whoever's eating this shit up, you need to get some better food.
We exercise our right to vote and hate the politicians.
If you have the right to vote, it doesn't mean that you gotta love everyone. Like, you're still allowed to hate politicians. And especially, look at the race now, Joe Biden and Trump. They both should be in prison. So just because you have the right to vote doesn't mean that you're not allowed to, like, criticize politics. That just seems like a ridiculous point.
I identify as a female, then when my balls and penis disappear, children want a gender switch and hating men is feminist.
There's always been children that want a gender switch, it's just now it's a little bit more accepted, so it's more likely to happen earlier, and thus attention is drawn to it. But in the past, plenty of children have committed suicide because they've not been able to adequately express the fact that they want to switch genders, or if they have, they're met with contempt. These are things that have always happened, but then attention is drawn to them in different ways by the media, so that they paint a narrative. The media tells us there's a transgender agenda, demonizing transgender people, and once again, dividing us.
Depression and anxiety are trendy, we're too sensitive.
Now, in a world where we're much more aware of these topics, depression and anxiety, it is very true that a lot of people self-diagnose themselves with these issues and then talk about it on Facebook and Twitter that say that they have it when maybe they're just feeling a bit down. But overall, as someone who's dealt with some serious issues in the past and had no idea what they were until I was much older, because we didn't talk about it when I was a kid. So I actually think it's a good thing that these things are more talked about with kids now, because it means if they do really suffer from these things, they can get help, which I couldn't, because I did not know what was wrong with me.
Invented 80 genders, mad the world is not accepting it.
They've not invented 80 genders. This is the thing that these people always go on about, these edgelords. Oh, I self-identify as an attack helicopter. Nobody's doing that except you cunt.
Hallelujah, everyone. Activism saved the planet. No more plastic straws and paper, just paper straws wrapped in plastic. Congratulations.
I will agree with him on the plastic straw issue, but that's called corporate tokenism. It's where they do something to make people think that they're making a change, but they're not really making a change. Like he said, go from plastic straws wrapped in paper to paper straws wrapped in plastic. That is true. However, everything he said preceding this is, as I've explained, utter wank.
People so stupid, people so dumb, people so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Look, I get it, it's like the world is going crazy. Seems like a school shooting happens almost daily. The racism, rape culture, hatred that we're facing is way too ingrained for our hashtags to change it.
Now, he's shown he's aware of these issues being a real thing after he said all this offensive shit beforehand. But saying that our hashtags aren't going to change it, that might be true, but it's not productive to say. Do you have a solution, Tom? I'll give you the floor to speak and let us know.
We've become so lazy and complacent, afraid of our generation. We think activism's Instagramming memes and complaining.
This is true in that we are very complacent. We don't actually, we do use social media to, I mean, I'm guilty of this. We use social media to express our discontent with the system without actually going out and beating it. A lot of us are guilty of that. But there is real activism happening, and hashtags do allow the real activists to congregate, organize, and unite.
It's a problem when there's actually actions you could be taking, but you're triggered, so you just cry like a baby.
What I get from these songs that he makes is that while I don't think he necessarily believes a lot of what he's saying in the beginning of the song, he's very much marketing his music to people that do. I mean, if you go on his Facebook page, the music video has at the top, "Is this the world's most offensive rapper? This is gonna break the internet." He's very much marketing himself towards edgelords and people of that ilk, and also playing into the white victim narrative. Oh, it's so hard being white. I'm not allowed to say the N-word. I mean, if you look at his post where he says, "What they want you to hear," WAP, the hit song by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and he says 131 million views, worldwide airplay, a song about wet-ass pussy. What they're scared you'll hear, people so stupid, 1.6 million views, shadow banned. He's saying that his song got shadow banned, guys. And then the next post is about, oh, we've almost got 7 million views. So I don't think he got shadow banned, mate. Did he take down the post about being shadow banned? No, he did not. Why? Because he wants to continue that white victim narrative. Whether he believes it or not, I don't think he does believe it. Because like what he says at the end. But he's very much marketing himself in a toxic way to appeal to those types of people. I don't like this guy, sorry. I mean, he is a doof, because he is promoting, whether he believes it or not, a very unproductive and toxic message centered around white victimhood. Ooh, feminism is hating white men. No, it's not. Oh, maybe I should dye my skin so you don't hate me so much. The reason people hate you so much is because you think dyeing your skin would make things better. You moron. Now he says his song is about a song about our toxic social climate. Shadow banned. Let me tell you guys, Lil Baby, whether you like him or not, did a very poignant song on the current social climate. And it has 68 million views. So I don't get what point he's trying to make here with Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. There's nothing wrong with making a song about wet ass pussy. And on that note, guys, I will leave it there. All the Tom McDougal fans want to come and spar with me in the comments section, feel free. This is your big boy JaymezGee, and I'm here to spar. Do you know what I'm saying? In the unlikely event you enjoyed this video, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and whatever stupid shit you say, I probably got a better response for it because I'm a genius and you're not. So do your worst in the comments section, all you Tom McDougal fans, and I'll see you in the next video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.